Bet you didn't know your tongue could spill your body's secrets. That's right, this small, flexible muscle in your mouth is actually a powerful messenger, quietly revealing clues about your overall health every single day. Most of us don't give our tongues a second thought, but if you take a closer look, you might be surprised at what you find. The tongue is more than just a tool for tasting your favorite foods or helping you speak clearly. It's a window into your body's inner workings, and it can offer early warning signs for a variety of health conditions. So the next time you're brushing your teeth or glancing in the mirror, take a moment to stick out your tongue and really look at it. You might just discover something important about your well-being that you never noticed before. Let's decode it in 60 seconds. First up, color check. But before we dive in, let's talk about why the tongue is such a reliable health indicator. The surface of your tongue is covered in tiny bumps called papillae, and beneath that surface lies a rich network of blood vessels. Because of this, changes in your tongue's appearance, like its color, texture, or coating, can reflect changes happening inside your body. Doctors and traditional healers alike have been examining tongues for centuries to help diagnose illnesses, and modern science backs up the idea that your tongue can reveal a lot about your health. So let's break down what your tongue might be trying to tell you, starting with its color. A healthy tongue is usually pink. This means that your blood is circulating well, your body is getting enough oxygen, and you're likely in good health. The pink color comes from the tiny blood vessels just beneath the surface, and it's a sign that everything is working as it should. If your tongue is a nice even shade of pink, with a slightly rough texture from the papillae, you're probably doing great. But what if your tongue doesn't look pink? What if it's a different color altogether? That's when things get interesting. If yours looks super pale, you might need more iron. A pale tongue can be a sign of anemia, which means your body isn't making enough healthy red blood cells to carry oxygen throughout your system. This can leave you feeling tired, weak, or short of breath. Other causes of a pale tongue include vitamin deficiencies, especially B12 and folic acid, or even poor circulation. If you notice your tongue is looking unusually pale, it might be time to check in with your doctor or consider adding more iron-rich foods like spinach, beans, or lean meats to your diet. Don't ignore this subtle sign. Your body could be asking for help. Bright red? Sometimes that means vitamin B deficiency. Or maybe you just ate a red lollipop. But let's dig a little deeper. A bright red tongue, sometimes called a strawberry tongue, can be a sign of several different health issues. In children, it can be a symptom of scarlet fever or Kawasaki disease, both of which require medical attention. In adults, a red tongue might point to a lack of certain B vitamins like B12, folic acid, or niacin. These vitamins are essential for keeping your nerves and blood cells healthy, and a deficiency can lead to a range of symptoms, from fatigue to memory problems. Of course, if you've just enjoyed a cherry popsicle or a handful of red candies, your tongue might be temporarily stained, but if the redness sticks around, it's worth paying attention to. Now let's move on to another important clue your tongue can give you: the presence of white patches or coatings. This is something that often goes unnoticed, but it can be a sign of several different health issues. Next, look for white patches. These can appear as small spots, larger areas, or even a thick coating that covers most of your tongue. White patches can be caused by a variety of things, some harmless and some more serious. They could mean you've got a fungal infection. Yep, that's a thing. The most common culprit is oral thrush, a yeast infection caused by the fungus candida. Thrush is especially common in babies, older adults, and people with weakened immune systems, but it can affect anyone. It often looks like creamy white patches that can be wiped away, sometimes leaving a red, sore area underneath. Other causes of white patches include leukoplakia, a condition where thick white patches form on the tongue and inside the mouth. Leukoplakia is usually harmless, but in some cases it can be a precursor to cancer, so it's important to get it checked out if it doesn't go away. Lichen planus, an inflammatory condition, can also cause white, lacy patches on the tongue. If you notice any unusual white areas, don't panic, but do keep an eye on them and talk to your healthcare provider if they persist. But don't panic, sometimes it's just from not brushing your tongue. A white coating can also be caused by a buildup of bacteria, food debris, and dead cells on the surface of your tongue. This is especially common if you don't brush your tongue regularly as part of your oral hygiene routine. The good news is that this type of white coating is usually harmless and can be easily removed with gentle brushing or a tongue scraper. Keeping your tongue clean not only helps prevent bad breath, but it also allows you to spot any changes more easily. So, make tongue cleaning a regular part of your daily routine. Now let's talk about another interesting feature you might notice: grooves or cracks on your tongue. These can look like deep lines, fissures, or even a map-like pattern across the surface. See any grooves or cracks? These are known as fissured tongue, and they're actually quite common. For most people, a fissured tongue is completely harmless and doesn't cause any problems. It's thought to be a normal variation, much like having dimples or freckles. Some people are born with it, while others develop it as they get older. However, if the cracks are deep, they can sometimes trap food particles and bacteria, which can lead to irritation or bad breath. In rare cases, a fissured tongue can be associated with certain health conditions like Melkerson-Rosenthal syndrome or Down syndrome, but for the vast majority of people, it's nothing to worry about. Those can be normal, but if they hurt, it's worth a chat with your doctor. Painful cracks or sores on your tongue could be a sign of an underlying health issue, such as a vitamin deficiency, an allergic reaction, or even an infection. If you notice any pain, swelling, or changes that don't go away after a week or two, it's a good idea to get checked out. Your doctor can help determine the cause and recommend the best treatment. Remember, your tongue is trying to tell you something. Don't ignore its signals. Another thing to look for is the texture of your tongue. A healthy tongue should have a slightly rough surface thanks to the papillae. But what if your tongue looks unusually smooth or glossy? And if your tongue looks smooth and glossy, you might be missing some nutrients like B12. A smooth tongue, sometimes called atrophic glossitis, can be a sign that your body is lacking certain vitamins and minerals. The most common culprits are B vitamins, especially B12, folic acid, and iron. These nutrients are essential for keeping your tongue and the rest of your body healthy. When you're deficient, the papillae on your tongue can shrink or disappear, leaving the surface looking shiny and smooth. This can also make your tongue feel sore or tender, especially when eating spicy or acidic foods. If you notice these changes, it's a good idea to talk to your doctor and get your nutrient levels checked. Adding more leafy greens, lean meats, eggs, and fortified cereals to your diet can help restore your tongue's normal texture and keep you feeling your best. Swelling or an unusual coating on your tongue is another sign to watch for. A swollen tongue, also known as glossitis, can make it difficult to speak, eat, or even breathe in severe cases. There are many possible causes, including allergies, infections, injuries, or underlying medical conditions. Last one. If your tongue's swollen or has a weird coating, it could be allergies, dehydration, or even stress. Allergic reactions to foods, medications, or dental products can cause your tongue to swell suddenly. Dehydration can make your tongue look dry, swollen, or coated, as your body doesn't have enough fluids to keep your mouth moist. Stress can also play a role, as it can weaken your immune system and make you more susceptible to infections or inflammation. In some cases, a swollen tongue can be a sign of a more serious condition, like angioedema or anaphylaxis, which require immediate medical attention. If you ever experience sudden swelling, difficulty breathing, or a feeling of tightness in your throat, seek help right away. If your tongue feels dry or coated, try drinking more water and see if it improves. Staying hydrated is essential for keeping your mouth and the rest of your body healthy. If the problem persists, or if you notice other symptoms like pain, fever, or difficulty swallowing, don't hesitate to reach out to your healthcare provider. Your tongue is a valuable tool for monitoring your health, and it's always better to be safe than sorry. So, next time you brush your teeth, sneak a peek. Make it a habit to check your tongue every day, just like you check your skin or your eyes. It only takes a few seconds, but it can give you important information about your health. Look for changes in color, texture, coating, or size, and pay attention to any new symptoms like pain, swelling, or sores. If you notice anything unusual, don't ignore it. Your body is trying to tell you something. Your tongue might be dropping hints about your health. It's one of the few parts of your body that you can easily examine yourself, and it can provide early warning signs for a variety of conditions, from nutritional deficiencies to infections to more serious illnesses. By paying attention to your tongue, you can catch problems early and take steps to protect your health. Stay curious, stay healthy, and remember, your body's always talking. You just have to listen. The next time you're in front of the mirror, take a moment to appreciate all the ways your body communicates with you. Your tongue is just one of many messengers, but it's an important one. By learning to read its signals, you can become more in tune with your health and catch potential problems before they become serious. So keep an eye on your tongue, take care of your body, and never stop listening to what it has to say. Your health is in your hands, and sometimes it's right on the tip of your tongue.